Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Today we will be answering the question of what will be Neymar Jr.'s club in the 2023-2024 seasons. As we all know, here in the thumbnail I got Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, United. Those are the three most likely scenarios, and here are the reports. PSG are considering selling Neymar this season. 3 Premier League clubs have eyes fixed on the Neymar situation at Paris. Next one is Manchester United are monitoring Neymar's situation. The English club made inquiries about the Brazilian earlier this year. Neymar has no intention of leaving Paris, where he wants to finish his career. And this one is in French. It pretty much says the same, and it says about Chelsea and United are the clubs that are looking into the Neymar situation, and also that Neymar's agent Pini Zahavi is trying to convince the player to leave Paris Saint-Germain as he did last season. But for the moment, Neymar Jr. wants to stay. So first of all, let's look at why does Neymar want to stay this bad at Paris Saint-Germain when the club wants him out, when a huge part of the fan base wants him out, and even the agent, Pini Zahavi, wants him out. We obviously don't know what his father wants for Neymar. He's a very close, similarly agent-wise to Neymar, but here are the reasons. So first of all is the wages. Earns over 1 million euros per week, which is around 54 to 60 million euros a year, which is a very, very high wage. It's the third highest wage in Europe's top 5 leagues after, can you guess who? Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe. So Neymar, wages, big thing. Second of all, comfortability. Obviously, Neymar has been at this club since 2017 when he signed for a club. That's over 6 years at the club. So obviously, he's comfortable. Obviously, he knows the teammates well. Obviously, he knows the club well. Obviously, he knows the city well. And obviously, he would want to stay where he's comfortable, because Neymar now is at the age of 30, 31, is looking for comfortability. We've seen it with many players. When they get older, they don't try to go after, big challenges. They're trying to find stability, comfortability, and according to reports, Neymar Jr. wants to retire at Paris Saint-Germain. Maybe only a European retirement, and maybe then later goes to Santos, but this should be his last big club in Europe, and that's how Neymar feels, and it's understandable. Third thing is his lifestyle. Obviously, Neymar, contrary to many footballers, lives still a very crazy lifestyle. Obviously, it has gone down a bit recently, especially now he's getting a kid as well. But we do know that under Neymar Jr.'s time here at Paris Saint-Germain, he's had many parties, many clubs, and so on. And then he lives in Paris, one of the most beautiful and best cities to live in. And when you look at United, Manchester, comparable to Paris, absolutely no in living standard. And lastly, which I think is the most important, Neymar Jr. sadly cares a lot about what his haters and what negative people say about him. And he knows that if he leaves Paris Saint-Germain before winning the Champions League, it will be seen as 7 years of big failure, because haters don't rate a Ligue 1 title. Haters don't rate Neymar's performances in the league, in the cup, and in the Champions League. Haters don't even care about him reaching the final with Paris Saint-Germain and being very instrumental in it. They don't care about that. And Neymar, sadly, as I said, he cares about what other people think of him. So if he wants to leave Paris Saint-Germain, he will want to have won the Champions League before that, even posting this on his Instagram story. So, the clubs that Neymar potentially can go to. Obviously, Barca and Real, I think those are 2 clubs that Neymar would want if they were available. But obviously, Barca, with their economical issues, it cannot happen. And Real Madrid, they do not sign old players, even though they are great. I mean, they did something similar with Eden Hazard, and they won't be doing that in a long time. Second club, obviously, is Bayern München. And with Thomas Tuchel being there, who has managed Neymar before, that's a bit interesting. But again, it goes against the Bayern mojo of buying old players, and especially a player like Neymar Jr. They have never had a personality player there. They like robotic players, a very German style. Robot, do your thing. We don't care about your lifestyle and so on. And Neymar Jr. definitely does not fit that in. And lastly, Serie A clubs, the Inter, the Milans, the Napolis, the Juves, they are poor. They don't have any money at all, so it cannot happen to the Serie A. So I believe the 3 clubs are here. Obviously, City could be that potential 3rd club, but I don't see City doing this signing. There have been some links, and I actually believe Paris Saint-Germain offered him to City, but they rejected because, again, Pep Guardiola does not like to have personalities playing under him. So the three clubs, it's Manchester United, it's Chelsea FC, and it's Newcastle United. First of all, Manchester United, obviously they can give Neymar hefty wages. De Gea, who has the most highest wages as United, is still far below Neymar, but they know marketing-wise and just having a player as Neymar Jr. at Manchester United. But I believe Neymar Jr. and United as well would just look at the Pogba case. Another player with a so-called ego that cares a lot about his lifestyle, cares a lot about his hair, his outfits and all of that, and gets injured again. It looks to be just a Pogba 2.0. And how much they really want to do this, I don't really know. They even have Bruno in that number 10 position. So I do not see this happening, especially with him needing to live in the city of Manchester. I don't think that's in Neymar's, I don't know, something that we would want to do. Next up is obviously Chelsea. And I believe this is the most interesting club. I think this is the club that there is some likeliness that Neymar Jr. can play for. Obviously, Chelsea tried to get him at the end of last season's transfer window, but then Neymar had started balling for Paris Saint-Germain and PSG closed the door. But now the door seems to be open. Nasser Khalifa and Todd Bowley have figured out after that Ziyech debacle in January, and a potential move for Neymar Jr. to Chelsea could be happening, even though they have already signed Nkunku and are looking to sign Joao Felix, players that play in a very similar position to Neymar Jr., those left cam and cam spots. Again, Ted Bowley, we have seen, he does a lot of stupid stuff, signs a lot of players in similar positions and so on. So I could definitely see this happening. Obviously, London is a good city, not comparable to Paris, but it's a great city, and they would be able to give him a high wage. So Chelsea, there is a very, very, very likely option. And I believe Chelsea is the most likely option for Neymar Jr. to join. And the last one is obviously Newcastle United. Yeah, again, I don't see Neymar Jr. going to Newcastle. First of all, the city, it's up in the north, has absolutely nothing. Neymar would need to travel every day to Paris or London or any place, anywhere but Newcastle to have his lifestyle and so on. So Newcastle for the city, absolutely no. Obviously, they could offer him great wages. They're playing in the Premier League and backed by the Saudi Arabian government. But again, I think it's a no-no for Neymar. And Newcastle, they are not big as a Chelsea, as a PSG, as a United and so on. So I do not see this definitely happening. This is by far the least likely option to happen. So to summarize all of this, I don't see Neymar Jr. leaving Paris Saint-Germain as long as he wants to stay. If he shifts his mind, then I think the move to a Chelsea FC or a Manchester United could possibly happen. And I've seen earlier reports earlier in this year that said, if reports and media keep on talking about Neymar Jr. leaving Paris Saint-Germain, if they keep on saying stuff, if the club even says and does stuff, maybe Neymar will change his mind. And now that the PSG fans, a large majority or a large part of the PSG fan base wants Neymar out, the club wants him out, his agent wants him out, it looks more likely day by day, but with Neymar being injured at the moment, it's very hard for a transfer to happen and for the other clubs to look at Neymar Jr. and say, oh, we will sign him when coming off an operation and so on. So I think we will definitely see more reports about this during the summer, maybe some Neymar interview, maybe a Nasser interview where he says something that, oh, we're looking to sell, or just doesn't name him when he names his best players at the club. Maybe says Ramos, Messi, and Mbappe, and does not mention Neymar. Maybe that can affect Neymar's willingness to stay at Paris Saint-Germain. But as I said, I see it very likely that Neymar Jr. will be with Paris Saint-Germain for next season. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Neymar Jr. will stay at Paris Saint-Germain, or do you think he will join another club? Let me know what that other club is in the comments down below. Apart from that, smash the like button, subscribe to the PSGINT YouTube channel. And as always, bye.